So, as you all know, recently Maui in Hawaii just experienced a very devastating fire, the most devastating within the last 100 years of American history, to be exact, to where over 100 people lost their lives and over 2,200 structures were burned, and most of those structures were residential homes. And so President Joe Biden says, well, I'm going to issue about $700 to people in need who have an immediate need. And I'm like, well, if you lost everything, because most of Maui was destroyed, right? So if you lost everything, I think, you're going to need a little bit more than $700. All right. Well, let's move over to this guy up here. Y'all remember in 2017 where a Category 5 hurricane took place in Puerto Rico that killed over 3,000 people and cost upwards of almost $100 billion in damage? Well, not President Joe Biden, but President Trump at the time, he went to Puerto Rico and he thought, let me go toss out some paper towels to the people. And that ought to do it, right? And he thought he was really doing something. And naturally, people were like, what? No, well, what are you doing? Like, that makes you kind of a douchebag, right? And I totally agree. It was very insensitive, and they gonna need a little bit more than some paper towels. Well, what I want to know is, are people just as outraged at Joe Biden saying, well, we'll give him $700 when he's been very loose with his checkbook with Ukraine? He has given Ukraine over $100 billion to help in their war against Russia, right? But all he got is $700 for American citizens, because Hawaii is in America. $700 for them for an immediate need. So it's like, are you going to help them with anything else? Because, those people over there worried about vultures, developers, going up in there and snatching up their land. They're like, no, we want to stay here and we don't want it to be gentrified. And they're like, we hope that the government steps up and that our insurance company, they kick in a little bit faster. But this cat is talking about $700. So what I'm saying is, to me, this for Joe Biden is the equivalent of Trump's paper towel moment, right? Joe Biden is essentially throwing paper towels at the people in Maui who have lost everything, right? Because $700, a lot of people will spend $700 in no time, let's say on food alone, right? But imagine losing everything from the roof all the way to the ground, and $700. See, if I was over there, I'd be inclined to ball it up and throw it back at them. I ain't that crazy. I would take it, but I'm just saying, I'd be like, okay, 700 is cool for right now, but when you gonna send more money like you doing over there to Ukraine and making sure they got everything their needs? So for me, as I said, this is Joe Biden's paper towel moment. And before I leave here, for you diehard Democrats that gave Trump the business, which he deserved, when are y'all gonna do the same thing for Joe Biden for that measly little $700 he trying to send to people? Let me know.